Okay, morning everybody, hope we're all fit and well, no illness, no injuries, nothing we need to worry about. So we'll set ourselves up as normal, standing nice and tall, drawing that tummy in, getting our shoulders back, our feet set nicely under hips, standing tall, arms down at your side, and just waking up those senses and finding that balance point. So we just take it forwards and back, so you're just catching your weight on your toes, back to just before you think you're going to fall. If you do think you're going to go, just take that little step, catch yourself. So we're not going on to tiptoes, we're just pressing that big toe into the mat, just to stop us going too far forwards. And that lean wants to be from the ankles rather than from the waist. That's it, just gets us ready to move, wakes the body up. Couple more. One more time. Good, find that spot now where you should be nicely balanced. You don't feel you falling forwards or back. We'll just loosen up that pelvis, that lower back, finding that neutral spine. So we're just tilting pelvis under, squeeze of the tummy, and then back, putting the arch in the back, bottom of the back. That's good. A few more times. So we'll just tilt under and back. So setting ourselves up. Hands either just on the hips or one hand in front behind, so you can just feel that you're getting that rotation. Good, couple more times. That's it. And then you should find that spot now where we've got a neutral spine. You're nicely balanced, so we're going to get those feet moving, so we're pressing that foot into the ground. Just pushing down through the ball of the foot. That's it. Just let the arms join in, so a walking movement with those arms. So they're not flapping at the elbows, they're not going at the same arm, same leg, it's the opposites, just as you would when you walk in. That's good. Really push that foot down into the mat. And then we'll gradually let that arm action increase. Bringing that up. Taking one further back as the other comes further forwards. Starting to reach up towards shoulder height. That's good. Bringing it up and a little higher still. Taking that nice and high now. All the way up. And so we're pushing both arms back, getting that stretch around your chest and shoulders. Excellent, keep that going for a few more. That's it, one more each side. And bringing that down. Okay, make sure we're still set again with our feet nicely under hips. Standing tall, hands coming up above your head, and just take it to one side, then the other. So just bending from the waist, taking those arms over. That's good. Trying to make sure we're not leaning forwards or back. Have a little compare, are you tighter down one side than the other? Do you feel like you lean more to one side? So a few more, I'm going to extend it round into our windmill. So that's when we take it round in front, sweeping our hands as close to the floor as we can. So we're going to sweep around, back up, change direction. And if you're worried about that lower back and hamstrings, we can soften those knees as we come through. Just sweep it around, offer that deeper stretch, keep those legs straighter, and sweep it through. Hopefully you'll find as you do each rep, you'll get a little bit more stretch now. You can reach a little lower down to the ground. If you're getting somewhere near your ankles first time round, are you now touching your toes? If your fingertips touch the mat, can you get more of your hands down? That's it, a few more. ourselves up, getting us stretched out, warmed up, ready to go. Good, one more each way. Last one, take that around. And we're bringing that down. Okay, still standing nice and tall with those feet under our hips. We're just going to reach that down and slightly out. So just reaching that out. Going to start looking towards that hand as you reach wide. That's it. And take it a little higher. So starting to reach wide. Good. And then we can start to reach slightly behind that shoulder. So we're starting to add a little bit of rotation now as we're reaching back. Good. Back and looking over that shoulder now. Taking that further back. Looking nicely around. We're going to take that now and start to sweep those arms around. Just a gentle rotation around. Eyes follow hands as we're looking over that shoulder. We're not bouncing at the end, we're not forcing it. We're just taking it nice and steady. Really good. Steadily around. A few more. And releasing that heel so you can look all the way over your shoulder. Really good. Take one more each way. And bring that back to center. Give yourself a few seconds just for that balance to come back and get yourself reorientated. When we are standing tall again, making sure that tummy's in, the shoulders are back, feet under hips. We're going to start sweeping one leg through. The aim is to keep standing as tall and still as we can. This leg's moving as a disruptor. It's not about getting it really high, it's about using it to try and disrupt your balance so the rest of you has to work to keep standing tall. That's it. A few more. Good, one more. And bring that down. Let's change legs. So reset your balance, swap over, sweeping that other leg through. So compare the two sides. Was it easier to balance on the other foot or is it easier on this one? We usually have a favoured side. That's it. So if you find that you are much better one side than the other, have a little practice when you've got that chance, when you wait for kettles to boil or when you're brushing your teeth, things like that. Just help work on that balance. That's it. A few more. Good. One more. And bringing that back down. So reset again. Taking it back over onto the first leg. And this time, coming out to the side and across. Again, doesn't need to be really high. We're just changing the angle, working our balance in the opposite plane. That's good, keeping that going so it's nice and steady. Arms just wherever's comfortable for you, whether it's on your hips, down at your sides, holding onto the wall to stop you falling over, whatever we need to do. That's good. One more time. And bring it down. Swap yourself over, get yourself reset, and then take that opposite leg out. That's good. Excellent, nicely done, keeping that going. Just steady away. Bringing that leg out and gently across. Good, one more. And bringing that back in. Excellent, well done. Okay, feet back, nicely in the hips. Standing tall, we're going to go into our squats. We're just taking that down, bring it back up. So bending those knees, bum sticking out behind, aiming for that 90 degrees if we can. If not, you're not quite at that level yet, just dip down to where you feel comfortable, whatever's your level. For each time, just challenge yourself so you can go that little bit further until you get to that 90. Good. Keeping that going a few more times. And then we'll change it up. That's good. Keep it going. Few more. Good. Two more. One more time. Bring it back up. Okay, this one, so we're going to stick with the squat, but we're going to add in that high reach. So arms sort of going the opposite way. We're going to sweep through, take it high, sweep it through, and high. And as we progress, if people want a further challenge, we can go to those toes as we come high. Just making sure we keep that balance. We keep those strong ankles so they're not rolling in or out. Trying to lift straight. Nearly lost it then. That's it. Excellent, keeping that going. A few more. If you do struggle going up on those toes, just stick with that basic movement, keeping those heels down. That's it. Good. Two more. And bring that down, well done. Okay, if you're not already towards one end of your mat, just move yourself closer to one end so you're looking lengthways down it. You're going to stand tall, hands high, roll it down. Tuck that chin, roll the shoulders, curl towards the feet, and we unroll, stack those vertebrae, bringing it high. That's it. Really good, nice and steady. Stretching out all of that postural chain. Down the back, through the glutes, through the hamstrings. Engaging all those muscles that weaken as we sit at our desks. That's good. Keep it a nice, smooth, steady movement, making sure we curl rather than just bending at the waist. That's a couple more. Okay, this time it's hands down onto the mat. roll that down, hands on the mat. We're going to walk it into our kneeling box position. So we've got hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're just going to arch that spine up, let the head drop. So we've got that angry cat, and then rotate through the shoulders, spine down, head up, bum in the air, and take that through, push back up. Good, down. Let that spine hang down, lifting that head, looking forwards. And through, push that spine up, eyes looking down, back towards your knees. Good, couple more times. Take that down. Head up, bum in the air. And back through, push that spine up. Once more each way. Let's take that down. Good, last one. Push that up. And then sit that back onto your heels, stretching out through the upper body in that child's pose. Really stretching through those arms and shoulders. Getting your head close down to the mat. Sitting on those heels. That's good. A few seconds. And bringing it up. Okay, so we're starting off in a kneeling position today. So I want you to sit on your heels with your back nice and straight. So we're sitting up. We're going to start with our sitting squat. So I want you to bring your hands up sort of in front of your chest. And as we raise those arms, press down slightly back. Sit back down. Aiming to keep that body as upright as we can all the time. Lifting up with those thighs and the glutes, pushing up, squeeze as we get to the top. That's good. Keep that going. In a few more reps, we're going to change it up. Excellent, keeping that going. Good, two more. And just rest that down. So we're going to add in our lean back. So we're going to do the sitting squat. And when we get high, we're going to lean it back up, squat back down. So when we're ready, we're going to take that up, lean back, forwards and down. So we squat, lean back, forwards and down. Really good. That's it. Using those thighs and bum, hold. Keep it tight as we lean back, straight line down the body, forwards, sit back down. That's really good. Keeping that going now. Excellent, a few more times. That's it, we'll do two more. And one more time now, so bringing that up. Lean it back, let's hold. Can we hold for longer? That's it for 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Sit that back down. Well done. Okay, staying with our kneeling exercises. So we're going to be up on our knees, body nice and straight. One hand to a temple, other hand down onto the mat. Extend your leg nice and long and straight, so you've got a straight line along the body. And we're just going to start with that single leg lift. It's not going to be a huge movement. We're just keeping it controlled. And it's one that sneaks up on you. Feels quite easy for the first few. And it gradually gets you. That's it. Really good. A few more. Good. 2 more. And bringing that down. Back to center. Switch yourself over. Hand to the other temple. Down onto the mat. Extend that leg. And raise. That's good. Keep that going. More. One more time. And bringing that in. Okay, back over. So we're back to center. Gonna reset again. Hand to that temple. Back down to the first side. Extend that leg. This time we're gonna raise to about halfway, and then we're gonna scissor that leg forwards and back. Aiming to keep the rest of our body still. Keep it really nice and controlled. Trying to get it so it's just that leg moving. As little movement as possible elsewhere. That's good. A few more. Good. 2 more. 1 more. And down. Bring it back to center. Switching sides. So that hand to the other temple. Extend that leg when we're ready. Up to your start position. Take it forwards and back. That's it. Really good. Nice and steady. That's it. Good. Try and keep the rest of the body as still as you can. That's it. 2 more. 1 more. And we're bringing that down. Excellent. Okay, so sticking with our kneeling exercises, we're going to go back into our kneeling box position. So we've got those hands under shoulders, knees under the hips. So a bit of an isometric type exercise. All we're going to do, lift those knees off the floor, a couple of centimetres, no higher, and hold. Let's go. So holding there. Try to keep it nice and still. That's good. Can we go a few more seconds? 3, 2, 1. Rest that down. If you want to sit up, take that pressure off your wrists. Just ease those out. Take a little bit of strain out of those hands. You can do that a couple more times. Okay, so when we're ready, just go back to that start position. And up we go. So keeping those knees just a fraction off the ground. Aiming to hold that box position. That's good. Keeping it there. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Lower that down. Put that pressure off those hands for a few seconds. Rotate the wrists around, ease them out. So if you do struggle with your hands and wrists, just sometimes pressing down, putting that pressure onto your hands can just help keep them nice and strong, keep those wrists strong, particularly as we get older. We lose a lot of strength in our hands and wrists. Okay, last time. Back in that position, hands under your shoulders, and lift. Good, keeping that there. So keep it nice and still. If you start to shake a little bit, that's perfectly normal. Good, keep it held. That's it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that down. Excellent, well done. Okay, again, release those hands. We're going to stick with that box position. We're going into our Superman movement. So that's one arm extends forward, opposite leg extends back. Nice and long straight line. We don't want those legs and arms up in the air. We want to be long and flat. Aiming to keep that back level. Picturing that tea tray resting on our spine. We'll start just with a basic Superman and then we'll add a progression in. So when we're ready, let's go. Long and straight. Really good. Let's keep that going. Feel that spine long and straight, extended through the neck into the head. So we're not lifting that head or twisting, turning. If you do see me lift mine or turn, it's usually just to check the screens. Make sure I've still got people, it's still filming. That's it, really good, keep that going, long and straight. That's it. Take a few more, then we'll have a few seconds, go back to it with a progression. That's it, one more each side. Bring that in. Sit up if you need to take that weight off your fingers for a few seconds. Ease those hands out. We're going to go back into your Superman. This time we're going to extend, we're going to bring elbow and knee together underneath, we're going to extend back out, down and change. So same start position, exercise starts exactly the same. We go long, then we come together, keeping that back level, we extend and down, change, together, extend and down. So when we bring that elbow and knee together, still nothing else moving, just one arm, one leg. We're not rotating, we're not twisting. Keeping that tea tray resting on our back. That's good. Really focus on keeping level, keeping still. If you do find any of the progressions too difficult at any time, Stick with the basic movement. Drop it back. If you need a rest at any point, just take a rest as and when you need. That's good. A few more. Good, one more each side. And down, last one. And bring that in, well done. Okay, we're going to move on to a thread the needle, but a slightly modified one this time. We're starting low on our elbows, and we're going to do it from that pivot position, touching our temple. So, we're down in a box, but lowering the arms onto the forearms and elbows, still up on our knees. Touch your temple with one hand, take that elbow underneath, rotate, point the elbow to the ceiling. Keep going one side at a time. So stick on whichever side you've started on. So it's just that rotation underneath, shoulder close to the mat. Back up, point the elbow to the ceiling. That's good. Keeping that going. A few more repetitions. Then we'll switch sides. Two more. One more time. And bring that down. If you need to sit up, have a little stretch or anything, feel free. Ease out. Drop down onto the other side. So take that down on the mat, onto those elbows. Touching the opposite temple. Under. And rotate. So take that under, shoulder close to the mat. And turn. Have a little compare. Is your elbow pointing higher, or is it now pointing to the wall instead of the ceiling? Are you more flexible this side than you were the other side? That's good. Excellent, a few more. Good, two more times. One more. And bringing that down. Okay, so we're going to move to face down on your mat now. I want to lay down, legs extended back, arms forward in a V position. So we're going to start with our VW movement, so just arms. So we raise head and chest off the floor. We squeeze those elbows back to make a W. Extend back to that V, we lower down. So it's raised, squeeze, pull those shoulder blades together, up and back to the mat. Off we go. Take it up, squeeze, out and down. That's it, keep that going. Should take at least a couple of seconds to do the whole movement. When you squeeze those shoulder blades in, imagine you're trying to grab a pencil between your shoulder blades. Good. 2 more. We'll move on to your legs. 1 more. And down. So this time we're going to press our hips into the floor. We're going to raise our whole legs off the ground if we can and squeeze those heels in together. That's it. Trying to crack a wall up between your cheeks. That's it. Squeeze in. It's not a huge movement. Good, keep going. Keep that movement going. Two more. And rest it down. Okay, we're going to put the two together now. So we're going to do 1 arm action followed by 8 of those heel taps. So they're done separately, arms, then legs, back to arms, back to legs. Are we ready? Let's go. So we lift, squeeze, extend, down, legs, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, back to arms, down, and legs, 2, 6, 7, 8. That's it, we'll keep this pattern going. Excellent. Couple more times through each part. That's it, last time each one. Up and squeeze. 7, 8, and resting that down. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to take it over onto our backs now. So I want you to roll over on your mat. We're going to lay back with our knees bent and our hands pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to start with a simple leg slide. Then we're going to move on to a couple more exercises after that. So one leg extends, opposite arm drops back, the others stay still. So it's not a scissor movement, it's one at a time. So you should always have one knee and one hand pointing up to the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. That's it. Good, bringing that, drop it down, bring it in. Breathe it in, breathe out. That's it. Breathe in as they go out, out as they come back. Good. Inhale, exhale. Really good. A few more times. That's good. One more each leg. That's it. Okay, from here, stay on your back. Bring your knees up into that tabletop position. So you're 90-degree bend at hip, 90-degree bend at knee. Hands point up, bend at the elbows. You're going to drop one knee out to the side, opposite arm out to the other side, and back. That's it again. Breathe in. Breathe in as they drop. Breathe out as they come back in. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you find the arch at the bottom of your spine just starting to increase, engage that core, pull that tummy in. So we flatten the arch back to its natural position. That could be flat against the mat, but it could also have that little curve at the bottom. Whatever's the natural position for you. . That's good. Right, time's flying by again. Just time for probably 2 more exercises. I didn't think I'd written enough in today's programme. Loads as always. Good, 1 more each side. Bring that back in. Have a little stretch if you need. But we're going to keep those knees up in tabletop. This time hands are down on the mat. We're going to drop both knees to one side. Bring them up and over. Again, we breathe in as those knees drop. Breathe out on the effort, coming up to centre. Breathe in, breathe out. Aim to keep your shoulders flat on the mat. Hands are just for balance and support. We're using the muscles all around our core, our obliques, our abdominals to raise and rotate those knees up and over. Control down, effort as we come back up. Control, and that effort. Good. 2 more. One more each way. Last one. Good, resting that down. Okay, last exercise. Time's got away from us again. Legs nice and long and straight. Hands around behind your head. We're going to roll ourselves up. So hands lift. When you see your hands, lift your head. Chuck the chin. Curl those shoulders, roll towards your feet. And slowly unroll that back. 1 vertebra at a time, back onto the mat. Hands over, head back. So we lift, tuck that chin, roll the shoulders, curling up and towards those feet. And slowly unroll that back. Good, keeping it going. Nice and slow and controlled. Better to do 1 right than 10 wrong. Making sure we're curling that spine as we go back. Excellent. Reaching for those toes. Slowly back again. 2 more, then we're done. Reach forwards, bringing it back. On this last one, we're going to reach for those toes. We're going to stay there. So try and get to those toes if you can. If not, grab the ankles. Have a nice stretch. And release. Bring 1 foot up and across the other knee. Turn that to the side, looking over the hip of the bent leg. Really good, switch over. Feet together, bring them in towards you, let those knees drop down. And a stretch. If you need to take that further, you can use the elbows, gently press down. I always feel like I just need a little fishing rod when I'm doing this, when we sat by a pond or something. That's it. And then release, bringing ourselves up to our feet. We're going to stand tall, picking 1 foot up. Give that thigh a little stretch out. Drop it down, changing legs. That's good. And then both feet back down onto the mat, nice and wide. Gonna sweep that through. Have a real high stretch up to the sky. And last time takes us up onto those toes. Reach for the sky for 3, 2, 1, and relax it down there. Well done, everybody.